So, let's talk about the cupcakes. Well, please. Okay, these are the 4th of July cupcakes that I'm talking about. Now, maybe I'm missing something. These have to be professionally done, right? Not the top. Wait, just the icing. You see how it's piped there? It looks so nice. And doing that tricolor, like the 3, red, white, and blue, that's a pain in the butt to pipe out. Trust me, I've tried. I know a little bit about baking. And no. So
you call yourself Heather from the hood. Girl, please. The only hood you've ever been near is the dented hood of your 2007 Chevy Malibu, with the check engine light on since Obama left office. You're not from the hood. You're from the parents' basement. You're not street. You're street parking. You're not real. You're real delusional. This isn't personality. It's performance art in poverty cosplay. Your username is a cultural costume. You're playing hood like it's a TikTok filter, stripping it of its context, pain, and meaning just to give your beige commentary a little artificial flavor. You don't sound clever. You sound like the reason HOA meetings take 4 hours. Now, let's talk about this cupcake conspiracy meltdown. You really have the nerve to sit there with your corgi in a black tank top and treat buttercream like it's ballistic evidence. Sis, it's frosting, not federal intel. Meghan posted cupcakes. You responded like it was leaked nuclear codes. She couldn't find her own ass with both hands, you say? No, babe. You couldn't find self-awareness with both hands. A flashlight and a therapist on speed dial. Meghan shared a moment, a memory, a family tradition. And you? You went full conspiracy theorist over frosting, piping, and strawberries like she committed a federal crime in a muffin tin. You said she threw her kids under a bus? Sis, you threw your remaining dignity under the bus. Hit reverse and live streamed it for 425 views and a pity like from a burner account. You don't sound smart. You sound obsessed. You don't sound insightful. You sound malnourished on joy. You sound like a woman who built her entire personality around a duchess who doesn't even know you exist. And the little rehab joke about Harry? Trash. Gutter level. The kind of thing people say when they run out of wit, logic, and original thought. You didn't land a punch. You exposed yourself. So, let's be real. You're not a critic. You're not clever. You're not uncovering truths. You're a digital barnacle clinging onto Meghan because without her, you'd be nothing but a tired woman in a tank top, talking to a phone while her dog plots an escape route. So rebrand, reboot, rehome the corgi. And for the love of all things iced and frosted, stop trying to manufacture a career out of reheated bitterness. Low effort thumbnails, and a personality built entirely around someone else's spotlight. Because at this point, you're not dragging Meghan, you're dragging yourself. And nobody is watching you.
Listen up, because Meghan Sussex is out here living her best life, building an empire and serving joy. But some folks, like this hater named Heather, just can't handle it. When Heather came for Meghan, throwing shade at her Netflix show with love, Meghan and her As Ever brand, a diehard fan wasn't having it. They stepped up, ready to defend Meghan's hustle and heart. And we're here to break down how this epic clapback went down. This is for all the haters who can't stand seeing Meghan shine. Let's talk about why she's unstoppable and why the shade doesn't stick. Meghan's glow up, from royal to real. It's a transformation everyone's been talking about. Meghan's been absolutely killing it since she and Prince Harry ditched the royal drama and made the big move to Montecito, California. She's not just sitting pretty, she's out here creating, building her own path, and making her mark in new ways. Her Netflix show with love, Meghan is all about good vibes, with cooking, gardening, and hosting tips that scream warmth, connection, and genuine joy. Then there's her As Ever brand, dropping rose wine that sold out faster than you can say haters gonna hate, plus lifestyle goodies that have fans buzzing and wanting more. Meghan's all about spreading joy, but some people, like Heather, can't stop throwing darts. Heather's probably out there whining about how Meghan's show feels unrelatable, or how her brand's too fancy for regular folks. Maybe she's mad about the stage kitchen in With Love Meghan, not Meghan's actual home, big whoop, or rolling her eyes at the As Ever rose because it's too pricey. Whatever her deal is, it's the same tired playbook haters use. Pick apart Meghan's every move, act like she's doing too much, and pretend she doesn't deserve her success. But Meghan's got fans who see through the noise, and one of them, a true ride or die, came for Heather with all the receipts. The fan who fought back. So, this loyal fan, let's just say they're your average person with a heart full of love for Meghan, wasn't about to let Heather's shade slide. In a world where negativity can spread like wildfire online, It takes real guts to stand up and defend someone you admire, especially when the criticism feels relentless. Imagine this. Heather's out there, probably complaining that Meghan's show is just too California chic, or that her lifestyle brand is her way of playing royal for profit. She's typing away, maybe even getting a few likes from people who love to pile on, making it seem like Meghan can't do anything right. It's the kind of criticism that, honestly, feels less about the actual work and more about just tearing Meghan down. It's like no matter what she does, whether it's launching a new project or just living her life, there's always someone ready to twist it into something negative. But this fan, they totally stepped into the ring with some serious fire, ready to set the record straight. They weren't just defending Meghan for the sake of it. They genuinely believed in what she was doing and wanted to make sure her side of the story was heard. First off, they probably pointed out how Meghan is absolutely killing it with Love Meghan. The brand isn't just about luxury or aesthetics, it's about building a community, sharing positivity, and creating something meaningful from the ground up. I mean, the show's got big names like Roy Choi and Mindy Kaling, and it's all about creating moments of joy, which, let's be real, we could all use a bit more of. It's not just celebrity cameos. It's about real conversations, laughter, and showing a side of Meghan that's authentic and relatable. Heather might call it unrelatable, but this fan would totally flip that script, saying Meghan's just sharing her passion, not trying to be everyone's cup of tea. In fact, that's what makes her so compelling. She's not afraid to be herself, even if it means not fitting into everyone's expectations. And that rose, sold out in under an hour. That's not just a fluke. It's a sign that people are genuinely excited about what Meghan's creating. The demand speaks for itself, and it's clear that her vision is resonating with a lot of people. That's not just hype, that's proof people are really vibing with Meghan's vision. When you see fans lining up, sharing their experiences online and celebrating her wins, it's obvious that she's making a real impact. The fan might have told Heather to stop hating and start appreciating the hustle it takes to build something from scratch. It's easy to criticize from the sidelines, but actually putting yourself out there, taking risks, and building a brand, that takes courage, creativity, and a whole lot of hard work. Then there's the bigger picture. Meghan's not just fighting hell. Heather might call it unrelatable, but this fan would totally flip that script, saying Meghan's just sharing her passion, not trying to be everyone's cup of tea. In fact, that's what makes her so compelling. She's not afraid to be herself, even if it means not fitting into everyone's expectations. And that rose, sold out in under an hour. That's not just a fluke. It's a sign that people are genuinely excited about what Meghan's creating. The demand speaks for itself, and it's clear that her vision is resonating with a lot of people. That's not just hype, that's proof people are really vibing with Meghan's vision. When you see fans lining up, sharing their experiences online and celebrating her wins, it's obvious that she's making a real impact. The fan might have told Heather to stop hating and start appreciating the hustle it takes to build something from scratch. It's easy to criticize from the sidelines, but actually putting yourself out there, taking risks, and building a brand, that takes courage, creativity, and a whole lot of hard work. Then there's the bigger picture. Meghan's not just fighting haters like Heather, she's up against a whole system that's been coming for her since day one. The media scrutiny, the double standards, the constant pressure to be perfect. It's a lot for anyone to handle. As a black woman who dared to step into the royal world and then step out on her own terms, she's been hit with every kind of ism in the book. Misogyny, racism, you name it. She's had to navigate spaces that weren't built for her, and she's done it with grace and determination. This fan likely called Heather out for jumping on that bandwagon, whether she meant to or not. It's easy to echo the loudest voices, but it takes real awareness to recognize when criticism is rooted in something deeper than just personal taste. When haters nitpick Meghan's every move, like saying her show's too polished or her brand's too bougie, it's not just about taste, it's about trying to dim her light. It's about making sure she never feels fully accepted, no matter how hard she works or how much she achieves. And this fan? They were not here for it. They stood tall, spoke up, and reminded everyone that supporting someone's success doesn't take away from your own. In a world full of critics, sometimes all it takes is one brave voice to make a difference. Why Heather's shade doesn't stick? Let's be real. Heather's probably not the only one throwing shade at Meghan Markle these days. In fact, it seems like every time Meghan steps out or tries something new, there's a fresh wave of criticism waiting for her. But here's the thing. That negativity just doesn't seem to land the way her critics hope it will. Loads of people have been coming for Meghan, from TV hosts calling her show out of touch to tabloids acting like her every move is a scandal. The media loves to dissect her life, turning even the smallest details into headline news. It's like there's a whole industry built around picking apart everything she does, no matter how harmless or well-intentioned. But this fan's clapback, it probably leaned into why that kind of criticism totally misses the mark. Meghan's supporters are quick to point out the double standards and the unfairness, and they're not afraid to speak up about it. They see through the noise and recognize the real reasons behind the hate. For one, Meghan's not trying to solve world hunger with a cooking show. She's just creating something fun and heartfelt. She's sharing recipes, stories, and a bit of joy, not pretending to be a savior. It's about connection, not perfection, and her fans totally get that. If Heather's mad about a staged kitchen, maybe she should check out other lifestyle shows because honestly, that's just how TV works. Every celebrity cooking show has a set that looks a little too perfect, a little too glossy. It's part of the entertainment, not a personal failing. Calling Meghan unrelatable for living her truth is just lazy. She's not hiding who she is or where she comes from. Instead, she's embracing her journey, flaws and all, and inviting people to join her along the way. That kind of authenticity is rare, and it's exactly why so many people connect with her. And let's talk about double standards for a sec. The scrutiny Meghan faces is on a whole different level compared to her peers, especially when you look at how male celebrities or even other women are treated in similar situations. Other celebs with lifestyle brands, like think Gwyneth Paltrow with Goop or Martha Stewart, get flack sure, but not the same kind of venom Meghan gets. Their projects are critiqued, but rarely do they face the same relentless personal attacks or the constant questioning of their motives. Why? Because Meghan's a black woman who's dared to take up space in a world that loves to tell her she doesn't belong. She's challenging the status quo, and that makes some people uncomfortable. But instead of backing down, she keeps showing up, inspiring others to do the same. This fan probably threw that right in Heather's face, pointing out how the hate's less about Meghan's work and more about who she is. It's not just about a kitchen or a TV show, it's about the barriers Meghan's breaking and the representation she brings to the table. And when it comes to As Ever, Meghan's been super open about the grind, like in her Confessions of a Female Founder podcast, where she talked about the constant hustle to make it all work. She's honest about the challenges, the setbacks, and the effort it takes to build something meaningful from the ground up. Heather might see a polished brand, but this fan sees a woman who's fought for every single win. Meghan's journey is about resilience, courage, and refusing to let the haters define her story. And that's exactly why the shade just doesn't stick. The bigger picture, Meghan's staying winning. This showdown isn't just about one fan and one hater, there's so much more going on beneath the surface. It's a reflection of a much larger conversation happening everywhere, about resilience, reinvention, and the power of public perception. Meghan's out here building an empire, and she's doing it on her own terms. She's not just surviving the spotlight, she's thriving in it, turning every challenge into an opportunity to grow her brand and expand her influence. From Netflix renewals, yep, with love, Meghan is officially getting a second season and the buzz is bigger than ever, to As Ever products flying off the shelves at record speed. Her fans, like this one, are honestly ride or die because they see her for who she really is, a woman who's not afraid to stand up for herself and inspire others to do the same. She's faced relentless hate, constant criticism, and still keeps shining, refusing to let negativity define her. Heather's shade might sting for a moment, but it's nothing compared to the overwhelming love Meghan's got from her supporters. The fans' clapback probably ended with a total mic drop, a reminder that positivity always wins in the end. Heather, and every other critic, gets reminded that Meghan's not going anywhere. Every hater who comes for her just fuels her fire, making her even more determined to succeed. Whether it's cooking with friends on Netflix, sharing her passions, or dropping jam that sells out in a heartbeat, Meghan's always finding new ways to connect with people and make an impact. Meghan's building something real, something lasting. And for every Heather out there trying to bring her down, there's a fan ready to remind the world why Meghan Sussex is a queen in her own right. Unstoppable, unbothered, and always winning. Wrapping it up. So when Heather tried to come for Meghan, a loyal fan wasn't about to let it slide. They hit back with facts, heart, and a whole lot of love for Meghan's hustle. This isn't just about one argument, it's about standing up for a woman who's been through the ringer and still comes out on top. Meghan's out here spreading joy, building her brand, and living unapologetically. Haters like Heather can keep talking, but fans like this one are proof that Meghan's got an army behind her. So to Heather and all the other haters, take a seat because Meghan Sussex is just too busy slaying to care.